Welcome back into the spectacular battles and the clash between Mark 85 Iron Man and Wonder Woman. Before we dive into the analysis, I just want to say that I sincerely thank you very much. While Iron Man's Mark 85 armor is extremely durable and versatile, Wonder Woman often holds the advantage thanks to her strength, speed, divine durability, combat skills, and innate magical weapons including the lasso, bracers, and sword. These qualities make her an almost unstoppable force. She can withstand powerful blows but remains vulnerable to penetrating attacks, which can create openings for Iron Man. Even so, her resilience and strength often allow her to overcome even the most formidable opponents, suggesting that Diana is likely to prevail in a prolonged battle. In Stark technology, Mark 85 is not merely a mechanical upgrade, but the final crystallization of Tony Stark's intellect, experience, and strategic evolution. Compared to Mark 50, the armor that once allowed Iron Man to briefly hold his ground against Thanos and even make him bleed, Mark 85 represents a clear leap forward in stability, adaptability, and overall power. This is an armor born for true warfare. Ultron, at a time when he had not yet acquired vibranium, was clearly a limited threat. Even Iron Man Mark 43 was sufficient to defeat him, highlighting a significant gap in both power and tactics. Therefore, the idea that this version of Ultron could surpass Mark 85 lacks a solid foundation. However, when Ultron reached his vibranium form, the balance of power began to shift. This entity was able to injure Thor before his awakening with nothing more than bare-handed strikes, reflecting his terrifying strength. Thor at that stage was already a symbol of divine durability and might. That said, it must be recognized that not every Iron Man armor created later is necessarily stronger than its predecessor. For Tony Stark, each new design is a mobile laboratory where he tests bold ideas to prepare for threats that have yet to emerge. Mark 42 is a prime example, an armor designed to test flexible remote summoning rather than to dominate the battlefield. That mindset is Tony's ultimate weapon, not just mental strength, but an intellect that constantly evolves and always stays one step ahead of every enemy. Mark 50 and Mark 85 were not created to serve the same purpose, and it is precisely this difference that defines the true nature of their power. Mark 50 was optimized for direct combat, where Tony Stark needed immediate flexibility, rapid adaptation, and continuous firepower to confront Thanos in an unprecedented battle. By contrast, Mark 85's endgame carried a far greater mission. It was not designed merely to withstand devastating blows, but to serve as a conduit for the absolute power of the Infinity Stones. That is why Mark 85 could stably receive and channel Thor's lightning, demonstrating just how refined and resilient its energy structure truly was. When viewed from a comprehensive perspective, the strength of Mark 85 does not lie in its appearance or direct collisions, but in its ability to integrate all 6 Infinity Stones, something no previous armor could achieve. Even while bearing power sufficient to erase the universe, Mark 85 still maintained a diverse arsenal, precise long-range attack capability, and a nearly flawless control system. The perception that Mark 85 is weaker than Mark 50 is merely an illusion born from comparing the wrong contexts. In reality, it was created for the decisive moment of all history, and in that moment, Mark 85 fulfilled its role completely. When Tony Stark wore the Mark 50 armor, there was no convincing evidence to suggest that Hulk could not apply similar pressure to both Mark 50 and Mark 85. In fact, Mark 85 has yet to clearly demonstrate the same iconic level of durability as its predecessor. Mark 50 directly endured the power of the Power Stone, and although the armor was severely damaged, Tony remained relatively stable. In contrast, with Mark 85, a single direct strike from Mjolnir was enough to cause Tony a concussion, indicating that its tolerance limits are not entirely superior. Although Mjolnir is a divine weapon, its destructive force still cannot be compared to that of the Power Stone. Mark 85 shifted to using zero-point energy shields instead of traditional nanoshields, along with multiple thrusters that can store charge to increase damage output. However, this capability truly shines only with Thor's support. Notably, Mark 85 has not had many opportunities to fully display its entire potential. Even so, both armors could only slow Hulk rather than decisively defeat him. Nevertheless, Mark 85 is still regarded as the most powerful Iron Man armor ever created, far surpassing versions such as Mark 45. It possesses shields capable of repelling energy from the Infinity Stones, advanced technological blades, flexible energy redistribution, and flight speed approaching spacecraft levels. More importantly, Mark 85 confronted Thanos head-on and made him bleed, an iconic achievement that brought Tony Stark's great journey to a close with unparalleled strength, intelligence, and sacrifice. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon and turn on notifications so you can watch the earliest videos. Thank you all very much. Like a truth etched into myth, Diana was born of Zeus and Hippolyta, carrying within her the blood of a true demigoddess. That origin not only grants her extraordinary power, but also places her in a position of special reverence among the Justice League and other heroes. In the eyes of many, Diana stands alongside supreme icons such as Shazam, Superman, and Manhunter, not because of reputation, but because of the combat capability and divine presence she displays in every battle. Diana is blessed by the gods themselves, and when she removes her bracers, she can release her latent divine form, a state in which her power is pushed to terrifying limits. She once joined Superman and Manhunter in pulling Earth back from the brink of annihilation, a testament to power on a cosmic scale. On multiple occasions, Diana has made Superman bleed through direct strikes, affirming that she is fully capable of standing toe-to-toe with the Man of Steel. Although she does not possess an excessive number of flashy feats, Diana's true combat power consistently reaches the level of the world's top-tier superheroes. Her attacks are not merely symbolic, but inflict genuine damage. The moment she used a sword capable of cutting through atoms to take one of Darkseid's eyes stands as a feat, proving that Diana is not merely a warrior, but a terror even to the darkest of entities. Her warrior spirit has been forged through thousands of years of Amazon discipline. She fights with the composure of a general, the precision of an ancient warrior, and the compassion of a protector of humanity. Diana understands the limits of violence and only draws her blade when there is no other path. Throughout Diana's campaigns, there were moments when she defeated the Phantom Stranger, an entity regarded as mysterious and possessing power comparable to Spectre and Dr. Fate. Even when her opponent deliberately restrained his power, that victory demonstrated that Diana does not rely solely on brute force, but also possesses the will and resolve of a mythic warrior. She has also defeated the Furies, the most elite warriors serving Darkseid, while displaying physical strength on par with Big Barda in brutal confrontations. Diana's combat skill reaches a rare pinnacle. She has mastered swordsmanship, martial arts, and the entirety of Amazon combat styles with absolute precision. When she absorbed a portion of Hecate's power, Diana entered an entirely different realm of existence. With mere gestures, she could tear reality apart, open spatial gateways, move mountains through subconscious thought, and even redefine the boundary between death and magic. Every time she swings her sword, she is fully aware of the consequences left upon the world. Diana does not seek domination, but rather balance between gods and humanity. Because of this, she is respected by both ancient entities and younger heroes alike. In the darkest moments, Diana always stands on the front line as a pillar of hope. Her presence inspires faith that justice has never fallen. Whether facing chaotic magic or apocalyptic power, she remains unshaken in her resolve. Diana is truly as strong as the earth itself, thanks to the bond granted to her by Demeter with the planet. It is said that she is stronger than Hercules. Clearly, her strength is magical in nature and is not dependent on her height or weight. Wonder Woman is known as one of the strongest beings in the DC universe. Diana possesses high resistance to damage and magical attacks. Her resistance to injury is not as great as that of certain supermen mentioned above. However, her extremely high pain threshold and the extraordinary regenerative ability of an Amazon more than compensate for this shortcoming. Wonder Woman can fly without assistance through an unknown method, likely magic or telekinetic control. She is capable of thinking, reacting, and moving at superhuman speeds. Her maximum speed is supersonic, and according to Flash, she can easily keep up with him. However, it should be noted that Flash rarely approaches his maximum near light speed unless the situation is extremely dangerous and absolutely necessary. In this confrontation, what Iron Man can mainly bring to the table lies in nanotechnology that allows Tony Stark to instantly form weapons, along with his flight capability that helps him maintain tactical distance. Beyond those advantages, he has very few remaining cards capable of turning the tide. Diana surpasses Iron Man in both raw strength and durability, while also possessing combat skills forged through centuries of warfare. She is powerful enough to overwhelm and defeat gods, endure blows from god-level entities such as Superman, then immediately rise and continue fighting. Iron Man, despite his resilience, cannot bridge such a vast gap in power. Diana can lift hundreds of tons, move at the speed of Hermes, and react faster than any mechanical calculation. Meanwhile, close combat has never been Tony Stark's strong suit. Even though he has trained after bitter defeats, his hand-to-hand ability still cannot be compared to a master of martial arts and swordsmanship like Diana. Iron Man's only true advantage lies in long-range firepower with a diverse arsenal. However, Diana possesses divine bracers capable of deflecting and reflecting most of those attacks. Unless Tony completely redesigns his armor to unleash explosive assaults that Diana cannot easily neutralize, his chances of victory are nearly non-existent. With prior preparation, Iron Man might hold out for a short time, but the final outcome would still be difficult to change. In this battle, Diana enters the battlefield with the composure of a warrior who has endured thousands of years of bloodshed, while Tony Stark relies on intellect and technological reflexes to compensate for physical limitations. Every strike from Diana is precise, decisive, and carries divine weight. Every decision Tony makes is a cold calculation meant to buy time. This disparity causes the balance to tilt quickly toward the Amazon. Even if Iron Man can create surprise in a brief moment, he cannot sustain pressure against a tireless opponent. As the battle drags on, Diana's experience, strength, and will steadily grind down every layer of armor. The moment the two sides face each other, Iron Man immediately opens fire with repulsor thrust to seize the initiative. However, Wonder Woman reacts with near instinctive speed, her divine bracers crossing to halt the entire force in an instant. Not allowing her opponent any chance to close in, Tony Stark continues by launching a barrage of guided missiles with complex trajectories, but all are deflected by Diana through clean movements and absolute precision. When Wonder Woman delivers a punch straight through a massive rock formation, the resulting shockwave forces Iron Man to retreat. Recognizing the disparity, Tony immediately analyzes his opponent through Jarvis in search of weaknesses. The results compel him to acknowledge the danger before him and call in the Hulkbuster. When Wonder Woman takes a direct punch, she clearly feels the terrifying power of this armor. Diana instantly changes tactics, moving at high speed around the Hulkbuster and swinging her sword to strike repeatedly at its joints. After only a short time, the Hulkbuster collapses, while Wonder Woman suffers only a few heavy blows. Not stopping there, Iron Man activates a series of emergency protocols, summoning Hulkbuster Mark II and preparing Thorbuster and Endosim as Diana proceeds to tear apart each newly deployed suit. This is a versatile armor system that can transform according to the user's will, even reaching power comparable to Hulkbuster and flying at supersonic speeds beyond Mach 10. The battle at this point becomes more brutal than ever, especially as Wonder Woman has already sustained multiple wounds after consecutively facing 2 Hulkbusters, 1 Thorbuster, Bleeding Edge, Endosim, and numerous support armors including Thanos Buster. If Wonder Woman chooses not to unleash her full divine power and accepts stopping, Tony Stark could secure victory through endurance and strategy. Conversely, if Diana commits all her will to ending the battle, the outcome will be entirely different. What do you think about this battle? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you all very much.